Hey everybody, sorry for the delay, but we're having connection issues. So please let me know how everything looks and how everything sounds. I want to make sure that everything is good for you guys. And if it doesn't look good or sound good, please let me know and we'll restart again before we get too far into the program. But hello, my name is Amanda and this is Once in a Wild. Welcome to Once in a Wild Wednesday, where we bring a live stream to YouTube and to Facebook and to all of our followers for free every single Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Thank you for joining us and thank you for your patience because we were a little late. Go ahead and send me a comment letting me know how it looks and how it sounds. I'm relying on you guys to test all of that for me, pretty please, with sugar on top. And thank you so much for joining us. This is your first time joining us. Hello, my name is Amanda and our company is called Once in a Wild, and we are basically a mobile zoo. We can bring the zoo to any event, classroom, birthday party, animal therapy session, nursing homes, all kinds of stuff, of course, offices. And it looks like we have Gage chiming in. Hello. It looks like Bentley and Gage are here. Hello, Bentley and Gage. And sounds good here. Wonderful. How does it look? So I had a little bit of a delay because our speed, it was like the platform that we use, we use, of course, Facebook and YouTube, but we use a company or a app rather called StreamYard, and it was letting me know that we had super slow speed. So let me know how it looks, and if everything's good, I'm just going to go ahead and begin. How about that? Hi, Cameron. Nice to see you, and thank you for joining us today. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to go ahead and get on into the live stream and say hello if you're there. Yes, well, we all know this is true, of course. Alrighty, guys, I think that it looks okay. I'm not hearing from anybody on YouTube over there, so let me know if you're watching via YouTube how it looks as well. Everybody on Facebook seems to be okay. The video looks awesome. Okay, thank you very much, Gage. Thank you so very much for telling me that. So we are based in San Antonio, Texas, and the surrounding areas. We can bring our mobile zoo to you guys, and we can also bring the zoo to you, of course, virtually. We are right here on virtual right now. So if you guys are interested in a virtual program, we can certainly bring that to any virtual class or birthday party or event of any kind, so please let us know. We typically operate through the Zoom app, but we can jump on any app or platform that you like, and we can invite all your friends and family and a classroom full of kids or adults to learn all about our animals. We do have mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and invertebrates in our collection. We have about 70 different animals, and not 70 species, but 70 individuals, more or less. And the reason I say more or less, a lot of people go, wait a minute, you don't know how many animals you have? It's because we have Madagascar hissing cockroaches, and if you know much about them, they actually do reproduce quite a bit, so we're always getting new Madagascar hissing cockroaches all the time, but I don't really count all of their brood. Looks like Ricky says that the show is looking good on YouTube, so without further ado, let's go ahead and begin, shall we? I'm ready. Are you? Wonderful. So you may be noticing that I am hanging out here at what appears to be a desk. It's not a desk, it's just a short table, and I'm sitting on the floor today because we are going to be meeting some very special animals. I wanted to set it up as comfortably for them as I possibly could. So I'm sitting on the ground. You can't really tell, but that's why I keep looking down at my laptop, which is down here, and the camera is up here. So I'll do my very best to look you guys straight in the face, which is, of course, our camera lens. But welcome to the show. It has been a wonderful week. We've had a very busy week. If you guys are interested in any in-person animal encounters this month or next month, please let me know as soon as possible because we are booking a whole lot of encounters. And speaking of events, we've got some pretty cool ones coming up. We actually have a couple of public events that I wanted to announce before I got too far into the program and forget to talk about them. So October 24th and 25th, which is this coming up weekend, woohoo, October, is going to be a fall festival public event, and that is here in San Antonio over here on the north side. That's going to be at Arbor Park Shopping Center, and that's going to be over here on 281 North. If you need further details or the address, the actual address, that is going to be found at onceinawild.com. So you can go to our website, which is listed down below for you as always. Onceinawild.com is going to tell you all the upcoming events and things like that to expect. So October 24th and 25th is this Saturday and Sunday. We're going to be there all day long from about 10 a.m. all the way till close, which I believe is 6 for Saturday. And I think on Sunday, it's a little bit of a different time frame. I think it starts at 11 and ends a little bit earlier, but of course Sundays, you guys are probably used to that. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Please drop on by. We're going to have some of our animals out there, of course, and we're going to be out there with merchandise too. We've got some really cute stickers. We've actually got a whole bunch of different designs for you guys. Here's another one of our stickers that I always put on my Yeti here. Isn't that cute? You can put it on your reusable cup as well at home. I highly recommend that. A lot of people put these guys on their cars too. I've seen those as well on people's cars, which we really appreciate y'all advertising for us. That's super awesome. There's going to be all kinds of merch. We even have pins, which I don't know how far you can see. But if you go to onceinawild.com, as well as our social media like Facebook and Instagram, you can see some of our merchandise too. This is a cute little axolotl pin. In fact, it's the same design as this beautiful axolotl here. It's just in pin form, and those are really, really nice. So the only pins we have currently are the axolotl pins, but we have a ton of different stickers for you guys to choose. So please come on out to the Fall Festival if you happen to be in San Antonio this coming up weekend. We would love to see all of our friends, family, and followers in person again. Of course, don't forget to wear your mask. You guys are expert mask wearers by now, right? As well as wash your hands after every encounter, as well as before you have an animal encounter with us. We are asking everyone to wash their hands. Of course, we're all expert hand washers as well. So we also have another virtual event coming up the day before Halloween, which of course is the 30th, and that's going to be at 6:30 p.m. And we are collaborating once again with our friends over at Once Upon a Party. They're going to be joining us here on the live stream, but a special time for the live stream, which is the 30th of October, which is a Friday, and that's going to be at 6:30 p.m. And we're actually going to have a Harry Potter theme. So we are going to have the real life Harry, Hermione, and Ron joining us here on the Once in a Wild show. We're really, really happy. They're going to be right here with me on the show, and we're going to introduce those three wonderful characters to some of our wonderful Halloween and Harry Potter themed animals. Aren't you excited? I know I am super excited because I'm a huge Potterhead, if you know what I mean. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. So please stay tuned for that. We would love to see you guys coming in and watching the show, and that is going to be on the 30th. Again, listed on our social media and soon on our website. If you need links and help to find our social media, that is also found at onceinawild.com, and scroll to the bottom and you'll find our Facebook, Instagram, all the things. No problem. Also, on October 31st, we're going to be again doing another fall festival, Halloween festival, of course, on the 31st, our favorite time of the year. And that is going to be again in the same place, Arbor Park Shopping Center, which is over on 281 North here in the San Antonio area. So we hope to see you guys over there as well. Again, we're going to have animals out there, including animals that you can touch and hold, and also animals that you can learn about. So not all of our animals are, of course, appropriate for any old person to hold and touch. Leave some of those to the professionals, aka myself. But some of the animals you can hold and touch. In fact, we are going to have a petting experience there with some of our cute and cuddly friends, and it'll be really fun to see you guys out there. So I wanted to let you guys know all about that. So without business out of the way, we are going to be learning about some really special animals today. And I have lately been showing a whole lot of creepy crawlies because we have a lot of creepy crawlies here at Once in a Wild, and it's October. So I thought I would, make that appropriate for the time at hand. I've been showing a lot of reptiles, amphibians, and of course, your invertebrates as well, which are some of our favorites, and an occasional mammal and bird here and there. But I thought I would break the cycle today and show you guys nothing but cute and cuddly mammals today. So I've brought all 4 of our mammal species out to meet you guys, and that's why we're set up as so. Right here, as you might have imagined, I'm going to be putting animals right here in front of me on this beautiful plush surface, and we're going to be meeting all those animals right now. Are you guys ready to meet our animals? I don't see anybody else commenting. Gage is commenting. Alyssa is here. Hello. Or Cameron, excuse me, Cameron on Alyssa's account. That is perfectly fine as long as it's okay with Alyssa. And yay, I'm so glad you're okay. You're excited to be here. And Gage is here, of course, with Bentley. Wonderful. And Ricky's here, of course. But I'd love to see you guys commenting as well. Let me know if you're ready to see some animals. I am going to actually do something really fast because I'm a little bit trapped in here. So each and every animal, I'm probably going to go ahead and just step away to get each and every animal, as well as restart my camera's timer because I have to do that. So those of you that watch all the time. No problem, no problem, no problem. So I'm going to actually just turn off my camera for a hot second, and I'll be right back with you guys in just a minute. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for your patience. Speaking of Harry Potter, we actually have a Hedgie Potter out here, and we'll see if she'll come out for us. I have made it a little bit easier for her by giving her somewhere to stand. So this little ball of fury right here is Laverne, and she's an African hedgehog. African hedgehogs come from, of course, Africa, and there are other species of hedgehogs too in the world, and they come from Asia, Europe, and Africa. The African hedgehog is actually the smallest of all the hedgehog species, and they're sometimes also called the pygmy hedgehog too. You can see how she's showing us her natural behavior. These guys live in Africa, and they have a lot of predators to watch out for, like lions, leopards, hyenas, African wild dogs, foxes, all kinds of predators, birds of prey, lizards even too. There's big monitor lizards in Africa, and crocodiles and all kinds of other things as well. So they have to worry about a ton of predators. So because of that, they have basically adapted an awesome defense mechanism, which is all these spines. I'm going to lift her up for you guys so you can see her a little bit. Can you guys see our beautiful hedgehog? She's a little bit cranky. You must forgive her because our hedgehogs are nocturnal. So being out here with all these lights shining on her makes her a little bit nervous. I thought maybe being on the surface would make her feel better. And maybe she'll come out here in a little bit when I offer her some of her favorite treats. Hedgehogs are actually carnivores, and they do eat insects and other bugs for a living, as well as worms. And mealworms happen to be Laverne's favorite treat. So she's rolled up into a ball. You can kind of see her nose when she comes out a little bit. Oh, you saw her tongue licking her lips just now. I'll set her down again, see what happened. And I'm actually going to get rid of our little banner here. Don't forget, we're found at onceinawild.com. We do have tipping abilities at Venmo and Cash App, as well as PayPal. All those handles are Once in a Wild, as well as our number down below. I'm going to bring this banner back, but I'm just going to get rid of it for a little bit so you guys can see the animals a little better. Bear with me. There we go. It's a little bit of a better view there. Oh, this is the behind the scenes item you're not supposed to see. There we go. So this is Laverne. Like I said, she does have a sister named Shirley. So Laverne and Shirley, of course. I'm going to see if Laverne would like some treats. She's never eaten on a live stream. They're always super nervous out here in front of the lights. Normally, she's not that nervous. Like if I bring her to, oh, I think she smells that. Right here, Vernie. Right here, Vernie. Look, worms. What if I just set her right on top of the worms? Nope. She at least came out for a second. You can see her nose. I'm just going to give her a little bit of time. They have excellent sense of smell. So I imagine she probably smells them, and that's why she's coming out. So when I bring her to classrooms and things, she's usually just fine. She'll come out and the kids can see her walk around and things like that. Like she's getting a little bit more comfortable. I'm scaring her with her own food. These are live mealworms, by the way. Yum, live mealworms. And typically hedgehogs do like them. I've never been able to get ours to eat when we're looking at them or staring at them or on a live stream. So we shall see. But I'm just going to offer them anyways. But you can see a hedgehog's natural behavior. Of course, this makes a lot of sense, right? Being a little animal that lives in Africa, worried about a lot of predators. So without those spines, they wouldn't have any way to defend their bodies. And that is why they are so defensive like that. They don't understand that all these bright lights are not the sun. And they don't understand that being out in the open like this, that they're safe. As much as we've trained them, both of our hedgehogs just kind of act like this in the studio. And like I said, in other situations, they tend to act just fine at a birthday party or etc. Now, we don't let guests hold or touch our hedgehogs because a lot of people are actually allergic to hedgehogs. Did you know that? So I don't want to put any of my guests at risk. And also our hedgehogs don't really enjoy being handled. So we do tend to just hold them for you and talk about them and let you watch them walk around and things. And this is also a great illustration of why hedgehogs aren't my favorite animal to recommend as a pet. Now, I know a lot of you might already have hedgehog pets, and that's okay. Just take really good care of them, of course. Do your research if you do want a hedgehog. But sometimes you get a hedgehog that doesn't really like people. In fact, I don't really think any of them really like people. They're solitary. They don't really enjoy larger animals holding them like humans. They don't understand that we're their friends, right? They're kind of instinctive, and they're definitely not a domesticated species. They are still a wild animal, even though they've been in the care of humans for a while, and we even have different colors of them. You can see that Laverne even has like white patches. We call that a pinto on a hedgehog, just like pinto horse, right? But they're just not the cuddliest animal of all time. There are other animals I much more recommend for like a household pet or animal. Hedgehogs really aren't the best. Another reason why is because they're extremely extremely nocturnal. These guys will be awake all night long. In fact, they can run anywhere from 2 to 12 miles in a single night, every single night in the wild or in your home. So in their habitat, in your home or in our home, they run around their enclosure for 2 to 12 miles all night long. And for that reason, we like to encourage anyone that has a hedgehog or thinking about a hedgehog to actually get a wheel for them. And there's this very special type of wheel that you should provide to your hedgehog. That's what I'm trying to say. And that is a plastic wheel. So not only are the plastic wheels quieter than the metal wheels, they are definitely the only type of wheel you should use, because the metal wheels tend to have either holes in them or some kind of almost like a fence where it's like, that's the word I'm trying to think of. It's like a grid almost. And they can get their little toes and even their entire leg stuck in the wheel holes. And they can actually break a leg that way. So it's very, very dangerous for a hedgehog to have a wheel that's not a solid surface, like a plastic wheel. In fact, if you guys want, since Laverne is being so very stubborn right now, let me see here. I'm going to see if I can show you guys a hedgehog running on a wheel. Would you like to see that? See if I can find it while Laverne refuses to eat worms. I guess we'll just put these away. She's just saying no thank you to the worms, and that's perfectly okay. You can see that little kind of popping behavior she does where she pops up. That's going to be a great natural behavior to deter enemies, like all kinds of predators in Africa. Well, let's see here. I didn't come prepared, so I do apologize. Let's see if I can find it. She's going to hide under my armpit, I think. Let's see. You need to stay up here on the table. You cannot jump down. Please do not do that. Yeah, stay right there. You can be angry about it, but you have to stay still. Now you're coming out? Oh, maybe I won't do that. Maybe we'll show you the wheel running afterwards. So they do cover a lot of mileage in the night. Worms? Would you like some? She's like, no, I don't want any worm. I'm going to be super naughty for the live stream. I promise she has a good life with us. But they're wild animals, right? And sometimes they do things we don't expect. Or we do expect, and we just understand. So hedgehogs have terrible vision. If they were humans, they would for sure have to wear glasses. They're very nearsighted, but they do have an amazing sense of smell, and they are very smell motivated. Typically she would but smell her food and want to eat it. I don't think she's going to eat the worms. That's okay. But they can't see very well. They don't need to see very well though, because they're out in pitch black dark most of the time, right? Don't run away. Stay here. Don't run away. Stay here. Look at her go. Woo! She wants to move when she wants to, I suppose. Look at her go. We don't need a wheel today. We just need a human to pick you up and put you back so you can get your exercise, right? We have a little bit of a party foul right there. That is a turd. We just moved. They do use the restroom quite a bit. Another kind of annoying thing about holding a hedgehog, not only are they super sharp, they don't enjoy cuddles, they also go to the restroom at will whenever they want. So just not the best pet, but they're awesome to talk about for programs because there's a lot of cool facts about them. So the main predator of the hedgehog is actually a bird of prey. And because they're both nocturnal, it makes sense that the owl and the hedgehog would be out at the same time, right? So the owl is actually the main predator for the hedgehog. You have got to stay still, at least. You can be angry about it, but you must stay still. That is my requirement for you to be on program right now. So you hear that noise that she's making? That's a very annoyed hedgehog noise as well. And I'm sorry that she's annoyed. They're super cute and people love them, but they're just not the best when it comes to being like a animal friend in your home. Like I said, they're also nocturnal, so they're going to be running around all night long in their enclosure, causing a lot of noise. So if you happen to sleep at night and your hedgehog's enclosure is in the same room as you're sleeping in, that's going to be a problem as well. During the day, they're super silent all day long. They sleep all day long. They mind curl under a blanket and go to sleep. But they are pretty cool. So an owl ends up being the main predator of a hedgehog, which makes sense, right? An owl is out at night and a hedgehog is out at night. And that goes for all of the hedgehog species, including European hedgehogs and hedgehogs from Asia. We said European already, Amanda. Bear with me, you guys, it's live. But owls end up being able to, of course, be out at the same time, which is night. And they can also pick up the hedgehog with their talons and not have to touch the sharp little spines of the hedgehog and get injured, right? A lot of people ask me, how do you hold them? Does it hurt? And I say, yes, it does hurt quite a bit. I'm just very tough. and professional, right? But they are just not for everyone, okay? So I don't want to discourage anybody from, you know, achieving your dreams of owning a hedgehog someday, but I do recommend that you handle some before you make that commitment, right? And I recommend that you do a lot of research. They need a very high protein diet. These guys don't eat fruits and vegetables. They are insectivores. So in nature, they're going to eat a lot of termites and things like that. And they're also going to eat a lot of worms and bugs. Here in our care, and what I recommend for hedgehogs is very, very high protein kitten food. And that is crunchy kitten food. That's what they like. But they can also get soft kitten food once they become older and things like that. And their teeth don't work as well as they used to, etc. Just like cats and dogs sometimes. And also, if your hedgehog needs a little more moisture and isn't drinking like they should, you can have a little bit of wet food mixed in too. But that's a little bit harder to maintain, right? When you have the dry kibble, it doesn't go bad as fast, and you can kind of feed them as they need it. But that's really good for them. And we also give them varied insects like dried mealworms, live mealworms, as well as dried crickets and all kinds of stuff like that. That is what a hedgehog eats. Hedgehogs do need quite a bit of room, although they don't need a ton of room, but they can't like live in a big open space in your room because they can get into things and get in trouble, right? Just like any small mammal. So they do need their own space. We recommend a tub or a bin type enclosure, and you can actually make one yourself into an enclosure. It gives them a lot of room. It's super easy to clean. They can also live in a tank that has nice ventilation, nice high top, so they can't climb out. I don't really recommend hedgehogs being in like wire cages, especially not a wire floor, because they can break their legs. And I actually have seen hedgehogs try to climb up wire caging, and then they can fall and become injured, or they can actually get their legs stuck in the wire. So that's just my personal opinion. I do recommend solid walls as long as there's good ventilation on top, because you don't want to have them, of course, in their enclosure with solid walls and have their, you know, not good ventilation. So the top has to be either a screen on top or something like that that you can construct, or you can leave the top off as long as they can't climb out. Yeah, we keep our hedgehogs. We have two of them, Laverne and Shirley. This is Laverne. The little ball of fury right here, believe it or not, is a hedgehog. And we have Laverne and Shirley. They don't live together. They are solitary. We don't recommend keeping hedgehogs together. Also, hedgehogs need special veterinary care. As they get older, they do develop issues, and they get older pretty quickly. Hedgehogs usually only live maybe 5 years or so. Laverne is about 2, so she's not old by any means. And I've known hedgehogs that can live or that have lived in their 7s. I almost said 70s. That is not right. They can live to be around 7 at the most, maybe a little older, but that would be super ancient for a hedgehog. They just don't live very long. Now, hedgehogs are not rodents by any means. They're not related to rats and mice and squirrels and hamsters and guinea pigs and all those guys. And they're not a porcupine. Porcupines are rodents, and they are in the rodent family. And that is because of their teeth. So rodents have special teeth, which we call incisors. We all have incisors. These are my incisors right there. But a rodent's incisors actually are very, very long. And they have 2 on top and 2 on bottom that kind of rub together like this. Imagine 2 teeth here and 2 teeth here. This is like the top jaw, and this is the bottom jaw. And when they chew on stuff and eat, their teeth will actually rub together and wear down. That's what a rodent does. Rodents have teeth that never stop growing their whole life, and if they don't chew on stuff appropriately, they get teeth problems. Whereas hedgehogs do not have teeth like that whatsoever. Their teeth are more like a dog's teeth, or they kind of remind me of an opossum's teeth, but they're not related to either one of those animals. What a hedgehog is related to is a shrew. They are actually in the shrew family, or closely related to the shrew family. They used to be categorized exactly with the shrew family, and now they're kind of their own thing. So hedgehogs and another type of animal called a tenrec. Hedgehogs and tenrecs are close cousins to the shrews, and shrews have pointy teeth as well. Most shrews and hedgehogs and tenrecs are all insectivores, to my knowledge, or at least omnivores that eat insects too. And that is going to be why they're related. And they're also genetically related as well. So sorry to burst anybody's bubble who really was excited to adopt a hedgehog. Now, I do recommend, if you want a pet hedgehog, to adopt. There are many people, many, is that a thing that people say? There's many and several people that adopt a hedgehog and then they change their mind. So they put them up for adoption either on the internet somewhere, or there might even be adoption agencies in town where you live that could let you know if there's hedgehogs for adoption. Now, again, they have special needs just like any exotic animal or animal that's not domesticated, and even domesticated animals have special needs too. They do age rapidly. They get health issues as they grow, so you'll need special veterinary care. Luckily, they don't need vaccinations. So that's super easy. They are quiet all day long, but they are kind of noisy and make a ruckus all night long. Not with their vocalizations, but with digging around, running on their wheel, eating their food, doing their thing, living their best life all night long and partying it up. Every single morning I have to clean up after them, and they need special bedding as well. There are several choices when it comes to hedgehog bedding though. So please do all your research. They also need enrichment like all other animals. And enrichment for hedgehogs usually involves maybe live mealworms or scent-related enrichment. Sometimes we like to give our hedgehogs enrichment that has already been in with other stinky animals, like our ferrets or our guinea pigs sometimes, or even anyone, the rabbit. And they super like that. They will do something that's really interesting called anointing. So hedgehogs and other animals will do something called self-anointing. That is when they find something really, really stinky or smelly that they really like. It could even be perfume too. This one actually really likes my hand sanitizer, which is why I'm using her first, because I don't want to put hand sanitizer on and then hold this animal, because she has actually bitten me before after doing that. So she likes the smell of it. So that's very enticing to a hedgehog. And what they do is they bite into the stinky thing. It could be a toy or some of their substrate or me. And then they create kind of a drooly foam out of their saliva. It's really gross. And they drool all over the place, and then they lick themselves all over their bodies as far as they can reach. Now, their neck is really short and their body is full of spines. So they do their very best to lick themselves all over, but they want to put that stinky smell all over them. That's called self-anointing. Isn't that a weird behavior? We don't really know exactly why they do it, but there are several theories. One could be to deter predators to be even more smelly and stinky and gross, and a predator comes up and tries to grab them, and not only are they sharp, but they smell bad and they taste bad. Could be that. It could also be to attract the lady friends or the man friends, because the females do it too. It could be just because they really like it a lot. And I know that primates and other animals, well, humans, put smells all over their bodies too to smell good. But monkeys do this, and other animals also self-anoint as well. Now, please let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. I know Laverne's being a little bit of a stubborn hedgehog today, but that is how hedgehogs are most of the time. Yeah, I just want you guys to do your research before adopting one. That's something I always like to talk about with hedgehogs. They're not exactly the cute and cuddly Instagram animals that you see all over the internet all the time. Now, she does have her moments where she's super docile and all these spines will lay down and she's super relaxed and things like that, but it's hardly ever on the show because of all these studio lights, and probably me talking at this volume isn't her favorite either. Because they're prey. A lot of animals, you have to work with their, what they're capable of or what their natural instincts are. And you have to just understand that they're not humans, of course, and they're not cats and dogs, and they're not whatever. They're wild animals. So we do our very best with her. Here's a good question. Where did you get Laverne from? So back when I was first starting Once in a Wild, about a year or so ago, actually way before a year ago, because they're around 2, we were starting to do some research on what animals we could kind of start out with. Being home-based right now, and me being the main person doing the shows, as well as taking care of all the animals, we wanted to start on a smaller scale. And hedgehogs are pretty, if you know what you're doing, they're pretty simple to care for and house. I've certainly done it before. This is my first hedgehog couple that I've had. Well, they're sisters. But I actually seeked out a special breeder of hedgehogs, and I was able to adopt these guys as very, very little hedgehogs, and I was hoping to raise them up to be as comfortable as possible. Again, they're usually fine in public programs, in person, and things like that. And sometimes she opens up more for the studio programs as well, but I think it's all the lights that they don't really care for, because they're just instinctively going to hide from being out in the day, because that's when even more predators are around, not just owls and other nocturnal predators, but potentially other ones that might be out during the day that their instincts tell them to get away from, just like she's doing right now. She looks like she's about to leave. Please don't leave. But we actually did raise these guys as little girls, little baby hoglets. Hoglets is what we call baby hedgehogs, which is a super cute name, right? She decided it was over and she was done. I hope you guys enjoyed what you got from Laverne the Hedgehog. But we did want to raise them up with the intent to get them used to programs. That was the reason that we did that instead of adopting one. But I am totally down to adopt. The next one will probably be a rescue, to be honest with you, because I just feel like that's probably the right thing to do. So I'm not anti-breeder or anything like that. I think that's perfectly fine as long as it's somebody responsible and somebody who takes into account the animal's health first and not overbreeding and all that. And it was a very, very, kind of small breeder, low-key breeder, and very, very nice people. And I didn't have any problem supporting that small business. So that is where Laverne and Shirley came from. They are full siblings from the same exact litter. Babies, like I said, baby hedgehogs are called hoglets. Isn't that cute? Now, a lot of people ask me, how in the world are they born if they're covered in spines, and what happens to mom? Well, they are born soft and they don't have any of the sharp spines yet. And then they develop those sharp spines shortly after that, here in, I think it's like a week or two. But when they're born, they're not quite as sharp and painful to come out, as I'm sure the mom appreciates, right? And they do nurse with milk, as all mammals do, and we're meeting all mammals today. And I do want to go ahead and have you meet our second mammal. So I don't recommend hedgehogs to everybody for a pet unless you are doing a ton of research and you're definitely ready for an animal that may not like you, who is very sharp to the touch, and who you may be allergic to. I did mention that some people are allergic to hedgehogs, but you're not going to know that until you handle some. So I recommend getting some experience with them and doing a ton of research. But I do recommend this next animal for a household pet, and I would love for you guys to meet him. So I'm going to go ahead and again, I'm going to just step away for a little bit. This one won't be that long, and I'm going to bring out our next mammal friend. How would you like that? And this one will definitely be out a lot more than our grumpy hedgehog, I promise. So I shall be right back. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I'm so happy to be back with you guys. Thank you so much for your patience. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. As always, this is an interactive event and live stream, and I'd love to hear you guys' questions about any of our animals. So today we're talking about all mammals, and we're meeting 4 species of mammal. We met Laverne the hedgehog. She's an African hedgehog. This happens to be much softer than a hedgehog. It is a guinea pig. This is Iggy the guinea pig. He's having a little snack here of romaine lettuce, one of his favorite foods. And guinea pigs are rodents, unlike the hedgehog. So a lot of people think that hedgehogs and porcupines are the same or related, and they're not. Hedgehogs are in the shrew family, and guinea pigs are too, but porcupines and guinea pigs are rodents. So porcupines are rodents. They have those long teeth that never stop growing, and they have to wear down by chewing on things and eating their food appropriately. And a hedgehog is in the shrew family, or closely to the shrew family, having totally different dentition teeth than a rodent, right? So, yes, it is a guinea pig. It is a guinea pig. This is Iggy the guinea pig, and he is a special breed called a Peruvian guinea pig, of course, from Peru. Guinea pigs were actually domesticated over 5,000 years ago by the Incas over in South America, of course. And the Incas originally domesticated them for food purposes. So don't tell Iggy he's not going to be food. He's a wonderful companion animal. And Iggy is actually trained for animal therapy. And he's one of the animals you can actually hold in some of our festivals coming up and love on and actually pet and maybe even scratch and touch and maybe even feed some salad, just like we're feeding him now. Isn't he adorable? So Iggy is a rodent. And rodents, of course, have those long teeth that never stop growing, and they're great chewers. They chew on all kinds of toys and enrichment, and they also chew on their food. So 90% of their food, I would say 80 to 90% of their food should be hay. And we provide Timothy hay 24 hours a day for our guinea pigs times 4. So we do have 4 male guinea pigs that live together. Guinea pigs are extremely social, so it's highly recommended that you keep guinea pigs together, at least 2 of them, if not more. And guinea pig, of course, guinea pigs do breed very, very readily. So we don't want to have any more baby guinea pigs around here. 4 is enough for us. So we have all boys. So the boys do live together and they get along pretty well. Every now and then you have a scuffle between guinea pigs, but it's not super common. But for somebody beginning out, I do recommend actually adopting guinea pigs instead of shopping for guinea pigs, because those adoption agencies that specialize in rabbits and guinea pigs and other animals like that, they can tell you which guinea pigs are actually already bonded together and who get along. So that helps you out a lot. That goes for most animals too. If you are new to getting an animal, I recommend going through a professional service like that. The way they can set you up for success, not only with getting the animals that get along, but also recommending what diet that they should get and all the things. So we do provide Timothy hay 24/7 for our guinea pigs to chew on and eat. That is about 80 to 90% of their diet. Guinea pigs also need their dose of vitamin C. So they are provided with a guinea pig pellet, which has vitamin C in it. And they only get 1/8 of a cup per guinea pig every single night. That's going to be their vitamin C. That's the main reason they need that pellet. But you can actually give them vitamin C just by giving them children's vitamin C if you want to. Or you can give them fruits and vegetables that have vitamin C naturally. But we want to make sure that we have the right amount going into our guinea pigs. So we do choose to use the pellet instead. And the pellet brand that I recommend is Oxbow. It is one of the best brands of pellet in the world for these type of animals. As you can see, Iggy does have a lot of hair. So he does need regular brushing as well as regular baths. Iggy! Now, guinea pigs are extremely social and extremely vocal. That is actually why they call them... You hear the purring? Purring is typically a way to tell us or tell other guinea pigs that he is happy with what's going on, just like a cat purring sometimes. Now, sometimes they do purr for different reasons, but with Iggy, we know that it's because he's enjoying those scratches and enjoying the attention, because he often does show us that by coming up to us and wanting scratches and then purring. So we know that he's loving those scratches. Now, like I said, they're very social. So they do talk to one another a lot. They have many, many vocalizations. There's one little piece you missed there, bud. And they will purr, they will squeal like a pig, which gives them the name guinea pig. And they used to cost 1 guinea in Europe when they came over from South America and became popular pets and popular food for other animals and humans. They started selling them for 1 guinea, and that's how they got the name guinea pig, because they kind of sound like a pig when they squeal. They go wee, 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 like that when they get excited, or if they feel like they're crying out for help and things like that. The weeks can mean different things. That's what that sound is called, is a week. And kind of sounds like a pig squeal, right? Now, these guys do come from a natural species called the cavy. It's called the, the wild cavy, basically. And those guys don't have long hair, of course. Not all guinea pigs now have long hair either. Some have short hair like their wild cousins. Would you like another snack? Is that what you're begging for? I think it is. Why don't we put your snacks down here so we maintain our magic? Come here. By magic, I mean not seeing behind the scenes. Come here, you guys. Come here. Come see everybody. Come over here. You're so adorable. Everybody wants to see you up close. Super cute. So, what was I saying? I don't remember. He's too cute, and I get super distracted because Iggy is the best. Oh, the cavy in the wild is where they come from. They have short hair. They have more upright ears. They have a little bit longer legs. They're a lot faster and more nimble, which makes sense, right? Because if you're a wild animal, you have a lot of enemies and predators. All kinds of things in South America as well, like cats and birds of prey and all kinds of things that can eat a small rodent like this. They are roughly the same size as their wild cousins, about the size of a potato, a hefty sized potato like this. Bam, but with hair all over it. But the wild cousins, they were actually bred into extinction. Now, what I mean by that is they were basically domesticated, right, over the years, and they bred them into different shapes, sizes, coat lengths, hair lengths, colors, things like that. And now the wild cavy, which is the wild version of the guinea pig, in the wild does not exist anymore. So unfortunately, those cavies don't exist. Another name for the cavy is the cooey. Typically, they call them the cooey when they are being kept in like a agricultural situation, like for food and things like that. They call them cooey, C-U-I. I think it's C-U-I or C-U-Y. I can't remember, but it's cooey. That's how you pronounce it. I think it's C-U-Y. And they are bred for food, like I said. But now that species doesn't exist anymore, but there are actually several other wild cavy species in the wild still in South America. Isn't that interesting? He is so fluffy. Yes, he is so very fluffy. He's my favorite of all of our guinea pigs. He's the one with the longest hair. We do have him. He is a Peruvian guinea pig, like I said. And we also have 2 Abyssinian guinea pigs, which are the ones with the mohawk and all the little cowlicks all over their body. And we also do have 1 American guinea pig. His name is Dexter. And Dexter is solid black, and he has the short traditional coat kind of length. So we have all different kinds of guinea pigs, all wonderful for our festival coming up. And Iggy, of course, is going to be at the Fall Festival this weekend over in that shopping center I mentioned. If you guys want further details on our events coming up, please check out onceinaWilds.com, as well as all of our social media, which is Facebook, Instagram, all the things. And if you guys want the links for the social medias, you can go to onceinawild.com as well. But that'll tell you all the details of our upcoming events, of course, and where to find us, how much it's going to be, all the things. Now, to come to the event, I believe it's free of charge for this particular event, and you can browse around for free. But for different activities and things, you'll have to, of course, pay to get in or pay the vendors. There's going to be several vendors, not just us. Should be a good time for you guys to come on in. Now, speaking of which, we do also have donations going on at the festival, but also for you guys as well. If you enjoy Once in a Wild and you just want to donate to Iggy or any of our other animals like Laverne or whoever, you can donate via Venmo, I'm going to show you. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, everything. So all those handles are down below for you right now. It's Once in a Wild. Yeah. Super easy. And onceinawild.com, there's also a Amazon wish list that you guys can use to donate items that we've chosen for our animal as well. So that is a really fun way to donate to you and really, really appreciate it. And we appreciate any donations whatsoever. But we do want to remind you guys about that because we still, of course, have to take care of all of our animals no matter what. So we have been doing really well with all of our donations, and even people even people scheduling their own animal encounters in person, whether it be a classroom situation or a party or event or for animal therapy or just for the fun of it, whatever you want. For an office visit, we can do all the things, either virtual via Zoom or other platforms, or we can bring the zoo to you in person. Do you hear him purring? Iggy is the best guinea pig. Now, I was mentioning how, so all those things are available to you at onceinawild.com, and please let us know if you're interested in any of those things. We would love to see you in person or in a Zoom someday. So I did mention that hedgehogs don't make the best pets because they're not cuddly, they're sharp to the touch, they're not really for little kids, they're nocturnal, they're not social, they prefer to be all by themselves, minding their own business. They are up all night making lots of ruckus and noise. All the things are kind of like, Hedgehogs are also not domesticated like a guinea pig. Now, guinea pigs have been domesticated for 5,000 years or more. Going on 6,000. I'm not sure if it's 6,000 yet, but it's over 5,000. I do know that. So guinea pigs end up being a lot better of an animal companion, in my opinion. Now, as far as maintenance, I think guinea pigs are much higher maintenance than hedgehogs. Hedgehogs are pretty low maintenance, but they're not an animal that's super cuddly. So it's kind of that trade-off. Guinea pigs are higher maintenance. I wouldn't say as high maintenance as like a ferret or a cat or a dog, but they do use the restroom quite a bit. They have little pellet poop that they make all the time. They're kind of like any grazing animal. They'll graze on grass and hay all day long, and then they'll use the restroom all day long, right? So that's just something that they do. So that's something that you have to clean up every single day. We actually clean up our guinea pig times 4. We have 4 guinea pig boys to take care of, and you know those boys, they're super messy, aren't they, Iggy? And they poop wherever they want, they pee wherever they want in their enclosure, so you have to keep them in a big enclosure enough for them to move around, get exercise. And we clean our guinea pigs twice a day here at Once in a Wild. So it's a lot of maintenance. It doesn't take very long. We actually keep our guinea pigs on fleece or blankets. So we replace those as needed and pick up their mess as needed and provide them with hay every single day, twice a day. Make sure they always have it. And provide them with enrichment and, of course, fresh water. Guinea pigs can drink out of a water bottle. I forgot to mention that hedgehogs can drink out of a water bottle, but I actually much more prefer, for me, a little ceramic dish that they can't knock over. That way they always have enough water. Because hedgehogs, I've had some that don't take to a bottle of water very well, but that is totally up to you. If your hedgehog at home is drinking well out of a bottle, go for it. That is okay. Guinea pigs do really well from a water bottle. They don't seem to have any problem whatsoever. I don't know why that is, but yeah, they definitely drink a lot of water. We're changing their water once or twice a day, at least once a day, always, but they sometimes drink all of it. And I think it has to do with their hay diet. It's probably a pretty dry diet overall. They do get veggies too on occasion, like you can see, and they do get their pellets too, which is also dry. But their veggies can include things like healthy greens. Romaine is kind of a watery green. It's okay on occasion. He's getting it for a treat right now because he's doing so well. But collard greens, mustard greens, kale, those kinds of things are a little bit healthier. They don't like them as much, but they're better for them. Also, guinea pigs can have a little bit of fruit, not too much because it's high in sugar, so every now and then. And they also really like peppers and all kinds of things like that. So just do your research, of course, and see what guinea pigs can have. There are a few vegetables that they can't have, but there's not really that many of them. And they certainly do like their snacks. I think Iggy's 2 love languages are scratches and snacks. Not every guinea pig is going to be super cuddly like Iggy, so that's why I also recommend adopting from either an adoption agency or someone that's wanting to adopt them out. Iggy was actually an animal that we adopted because somebody couldn't take care of him anymore. I don't know why that was the case. I didn't ask because I wasn't about to make them second guess their choice because I really, really wanted to take him home because he's wonderful. So I said, yes, I'll take Iggy. He can go straight into our guinea pig herd. I'm sure he'll fit right in, and he certainly did. He's the best one of all the herd. He's super duper gentle. He likes human company. He likes scratches. He doesn't mind grooming himself right in front of us. He has the best hair in the world. He's my little angel. Yes. So with him, I'm super glad that we found him, and he is a rescue animal, if you will, an adopted animal from a situation where he couldn't live there anymore. So we're really happy to have him. But I do recommend that because you'll be able to see what kind of personality your guinea pig has if they are already an adult. It's kind of like when you adopt a cat versus a kitten. You can see the personality of the cat right away, where the kitten might turn into a different kind of cat. That is at least my experience. What are you doing? You're so cute. He likes his little body to be scratched. So who has questions about our animals so far? Remember, we're talking about mammals. Now, all the mammals we're going to meet today are actually boy mammals, but mammals always feed milk to their babies. That is the one thing that all mammals have in common. Mammals also have hair. That's another thing they have in common, so I take it back. So hair and milk to their young. All animals and all mammals and birds too are warm-blooded, so all mammals are warm-blooded too. All mammals have a spine or a backbone. They are vertebrates, right? They're not invertebrates like a bug or a spider. What else? They breathe air with lungs, right? Those are features of all mammals, but mammals specifically feed milk to their young. It's from the word mammary, right? Mammary glands, milk glands. And they also have hair. But they're not the only animals to have hair, are they? Some arachnids have hair. In fact, a lot of arachnids have hair. But he's got luxurious long hair, not like a spider's hair. Would you like more snacks? You're doing awfully well. Come here. Come here. There you go. Good job. He is so very cute. Guinea pigs are awfully short to the ground, aren't they? They don't really enjoy heights. I do pick him up on occasion, but right now he's doing so well just sitting here on this little table situation, which I think was a great idea today. Something a little different. Let me see who's tuning in. It looks like you guys are still hanging out and chilling out with me. Thank you for being here. My name is Amanda, and this is Once in a Wild, and this is Iggy. Iggy's having his final snack, and then we'll put him aside and let you guys meet our next mammal. We are meeting 4 animals today. We already met a very grumpy hedgehog, Laverne, and now we're meeting our wonderful angel from above, who is Iggy, our guinea pig. He's a Peruvian guinea pig. He has this long, beautiful hair, and he is just wonderful. Like I said, these guys make wonderful pets. They're just high maintenance pets. So please do your research before adopting any animals whatsoever. A lot of people adopt guinea pigs and they don't want them anymore because they are kind of high maintenance, or maybe they didn't realize what they were getting into. Yeah, so let me know if you guys have any questions. We also do also offer pet care consulting here at Once in a Wild, as well as our mobile zoo to bring animals to you guys. Our mobile zoo is a great solution for kiddos that do want to be around animals and maybe they're too young to adopt their own pets yet. That's a great way to be able to get a little bit of experience with new animals, right? That you might be considering, or maybe ask me some questions about them, maybe get to know them, make sure your kids aren't afraid of them. A lot of people want hedgehogs and they realize their kids can't actually take care of them and hold them, and they're just not for kids at all. I recommend hedgehog keepers be at least probably a teenager before adopting a hedgehog. That's super duper important because they're kind of hard to handle when they're grumpy. When they're sweet and when they're relaxed, they're fine, but they can, at a second's notice, roll into a ball and basically they get goosebumps on command whenever they want to, or on demand, I guess, on command, like get goosebumps, but you know what I mean. Whenever they want to, they can flex their spines and it makes it very, very sharp and hard to hold them. In fact, almost no animals can eat that animal because of that defense mechanism. So imagine holding a very, very sharp ball of fury. Now he is super soft, not a problem to hold. Some guinea pigs are very, very fast. They don't really enjoy being caught up and held, but it takes some training to get them used to being held. But that's why I always suggest adopting instead of shopping for a baby guinea pig if it's your first guinea pig, especially because babies tend to be more skittish and you don't really know what kind of personality you're going to be getting. Well, once he finishes his snack of romaine, I'm going to swap him out for our next mammal. That mammal won't take nearly as long because he has far less patience than Iggy. And I don't mean that he has a bad time or anything, but he always wants to run around right away when holding him, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. And then we'll meet our final mammal, which I know you're going to love, and he's our largest animal that we have here at Once in a Wild. Where did I get Iggy? He is so cute. Yes, he is. So Iggy actually came from a family who no longer could take care of him anymore, and they offered him up to our mobile zoo. So that does happen sometimes. Sometimes we get phone calls, of course, saying, hey, we have this animal or that animal. Would it be a good fit for your zoo, or do you know somebody that could take our animal? It does happen all the time, a lot of time. So we either always want to help others. So if you know of anyone that does have animals that need adoption, please let us know. That's something that we love to do as well. In fact, I'll give you guys our number down here. How about that? It'll be scrolling down below so we can still see Iggy. If you ever need help with any animals whatsoever, please let me know and I'll direct you to the right home for that animal, or sometimes I end up adopting those animals myself. We can't adopt every animal that we want to because we don't have unlimited money and we don't have unlimited space. So we always have to think about, would it be a good fit for us? Would the animal be happy living with us? And would they possibly be a good animal ambassador, right? For our mobile zoo. So all of the above, definitely checked out with our friend Iggy here, and we're super happy to have him. But he did come from as a donation. So he was a donation to our zoo. Pretty cool. And we are super duper excited to have Iggy. Not every animal is that kind of situation. Some animals we do seek out and actually purchase for the mobile zoo, and some animals end up kind of coming to us. So it does happen once you become a little bit more well-known, right? Makes sense. I'm sure zoos all over the place get calls all the time about animals needing home. So we're happy to do that. Well, Iggy is just about done. So if you guys do want to say goodbye to Iggy, he is so very cute. He would love to meet you in person. If you happen to be in the San Antonio area this weekend, we'll be out at that festival. Or if you want to hire us for an in-person animal encounter of your own, please let us know by calling our number or visiting onceinawild.com. We'd love to help you out with meeting our beautiful guinea pig, and probably more than one. So typically when we bring guinea pigs to an event, we bring more than one because they do well together. Iggy's the only guinea pig we brought to the virtual encounter, but he's going to be going right back home right after this, so he's just fine. And Iggy's our most independent of all the guinea pigs that we have because he is the oldest. Bye, Iggy. People love you. Yes, they do. Okay, he's going to finish the snack, and I shall be right back, you guys, okay? I'm going to... this is what we do. Iggy, you're doing so well. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. Okay, hey everybody, we're back. So this here is one of our beautiful ferrets, and his name is Thor. Thor does have an adopted brother, and his adopted brother's name, of course, is Loki. You might have seen Loki on one of our other programs, Loki and Thor, right? So Thor is a very special colored ferret. He's a white ferret, right? And he's not an albino. A lot of people ask us if he's albino. He isn't. He's got dark eyes. So sometimes this color of ferret is referred to as a dark-eyed white, and sometimes they're called a silver. Now, seasonally, stand right here, buddy. By the way, these guys are super tough, so being tossed around like that is no big deal for a ferret whatsoever. Let me get rid of this banner so you guys can see him all the way. This little setup is a little bit different than our usual setup. You can see he has a little bit of a different coloration on his tail. It's kind of blonde right now. Now, seasonally during like the spring and things like that, he will be more silver. He'll have a little bit of gray markings. And right now he has a little bit, but it's hard to see with this lighting. He looks totally white with dark eyes. Pretty awesome, right? Some food right there. Haha, try to keep him busy with this chicken baby food. He looks pretty cool up here on this table though. Never done this before with our ferrets on the live stream. He's doing really well. Now you can see a little bit of blonde, like I said, but during the summer and spring, he will be a lot more silver. So he is actually a silver ferret, but all ferrets will actually change color and change coat lengths during the winter months and the spring months. So during the winter, they will start, or fall, I guess, it's fall right now, they will start to gain a little weight and they will start to actually grow longer coats. And that is because they are going to be an animal from Europe. Now, this type of animal is a ferret, and ferrets are domesticated as of about 25 to 3,000 years ago. 2,500 to 3,000 years ago. That was a long range. 2,500 to 3,000 years ago, ferrets were domesticated for the opposite reason of the guinea pig, and that is because they were domesticated for hunting purposes, not for food purposes. They don't eat ferrets, but they use them to hunt with, or they used to, and still do a little bit. But they will use ferrets to hunt with. You might be thinking, oh my gosh, isn't a ferret a rodent? They aren't. A ferret is not a rodent. Come here, buddy. He's going after that food. Right now, what he's eating is chicken-flavored baby food. Would you like to stand up a little bit? You're so cute. Chicken-flavored baby food is just a treat for these guys when they're on programs like this. It keeps them occupied for quite a while. But we actually feed our ferrets raw meat because that is their natural diet. So a ferret is an obligate carnivore. They actually do eat all kinds of animals in the wild, and they live in Europe. They are what's known as the European polecat in the wild. The European polecat is kind of like the wolf to our domesticated dog, right? Would you sniff that while I move my hand? Or no, you're going to follow my hand because you're a predator, right? So following the hand is a natural behavior that a predator would do by chasing something like a cat playing with a toy, right? Okay, I'm going to answer y'all's questions in just a moment if you don't mind. But so the ferret, the domesticated ferret, came from the European polecat about, let's just say 3,000 years ago. It's around that. They were domesticated for hunting purposes to be able to help humans hunt things like rabbits and rodents and all kinds of vermin and food animals. Ferrets in the wild eat rodents. They eat rabbits, they eat birds, they eat snakes, they eat frogs, they eat fish, all kinds of things. And this type of animal, they gain weight and gain more hair because they have to survive all winter long. They are a European animal, like I said, and Europe gets very cold winters, a lot colder than here in South Texas. But in order to survive that long winter, a ferret needs or a polecat, I should say, needs a long coat and a lot of body weight to be able to survive. They do not hibernate. They actually have to eat the entire winter long. Here's some more food on this hand. Oh, you just want that hand. Okay, whatever. He's learned where the food comes from, I suppose. Right here. Yum, there's some. And sometimes it's a challenge to work with our animals, right? And run the show. He's being extra adorable right now, though. So that's why they gain weight in a domestic situation as well. Even a domestic ferret's instincts or their body, their brain, tells them to gain more hair, gain more weight, and look really, really plump during the winter to be able to survive. They would survive just fine in our house, right? With air conditioning and everything like that. But their natural instincts and hormones in their brain let them know that it's time for the winter. Therefore, it is probably time to gain some weight so you can survive, right, buddy? So that's why he's a little bit bigger than he normally is. Although Thor's a pretty large ferret as far as ferrets go because he was raised holistically, meaning on a raw meat diet, not on kibble. A lot of people do feed their ferrets kibble. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but a raw meat diet is far more healthy for your ferrets. So yes, hello, Viviana. Nice to see you. We are in a little bit of a different setup today because we're meeting all mammals, and you probably know what our last mammal is going to be. So we had to set up a little table situation for them. So I thought you guys would like to see Thor like this today. And yes, this is Thor. We've been bringing Loki on the show quite a bit. I thought I would switch it up for Thor today. And Thor is getting his favorite treats, chicken, flavor, and baby food. So ferrets can stand up when they want to. He's being a little lazy today. But he just woke up from a nap as well. They are so cute. They do have semi-webbed toes as well as a little bit of gripping abilities. If I help them out here. You want to grip my hand so you can show everybody how you do that? Now, by no means are they a tree climbing animal or arboreal. They're actually terrestrial and subterrestrial, which means they live on the ground and underground. So these guys actually will burrow underground to live and to seek out shelter when they're sleeping. Ferrets do sleep quite a bit. They sleep about half the day, and they're awake and eating or pooping or playing the other half of the day. Our ferrets are very close, and they do play together, sleep together, and eat together. No, you did not, Viviana. Don't worry. We still have the last animal coming out soon. He is going to be the finale, so don't you worry. I knew you would appreciate that. So Ricky is asking, is he going to be at the fall festival? So the guinea pigs will be at the fall festival. They're no problem. But unfortunately, with our ferret friends, ferrets can actually contract human viruses. And as you guys know, we have a little bit of a human virus problem going around in the entire planet right now called COVID. And unfortunately, ferrets are susceptible to human COVID. So yes, the coronavirus can be given to ferrets. So unfortunately, ferrets are not going out into the public right now. They are, of course, available for virtual programs just like this, where you can see them virtually, and you might be able to see Loki or Thor. So we're definitely not going to risk that with our ferret friends. We're going to make sure that they're nice and safe and quarantining at home. Luckily, they have each other, they have us, and tons of enrichment and tons of things to do at home, and lots of attention and lots of treats and food. So they're just fine. They don't really know the difference, I don't think. They're wonderful program animals. We love bringing them to parties and classrooms and things, but right now that is just not going to be a thing. There is absolutely no vaccine for ferrets or humans right now. They're working on it, but for ferrets, who knows? That's probably going to be forever from now. So we're going to make sure that that's all kind of under control first. Now, we don't really allow the public to touch and hold our ferrets anyways. To touch and hold our ferrets anyways because of that, because they can contract diseases from us. They can even get the human flu or a cold from us, which is so interesting to me. Or all kinds of airborne diseases like that. So we're always very careful about that. But also, our ferrets are kind of wild. Since they are holistic and were neutered late and on a raw meat diet, they're a little bit more unpredictable, let's say, and wild than other ferrets you may have met before. So we definitely don't want to risk that with our public guests as well, or in-person guests, I should say, public and in person. So we want to make sure everybody's safe. So we usually hold them and present them and show them just like this, or holding them close up for you guys to see and meet. And sometimes we do a little bit of controlled touching with our ferrets, but we don't bring them anywhere right now because of the coronavirus, unfortunately. And it's okay that you're late, Viviana. I'm glad you're here anyways. Alyssa, or I'm sorry, I forgot your name already. Whoever's watching from Alyssa's account, you have a turtle. What kind of turtle do you have? Is it a water turtle or a land turtle? And you're asking if Thor is a girl or a boy. Thor is a boy. All the animals we're going to meet today are actually male. A male ferret is called a hob. I forgot to tell you what a male guinea pig is called. It's called a boar. So a female guinea pig is called a sow, just like a pig. And a female ferret is called a Jill, just like the name Jill. And ferret is called a hob, H-O-B. Do you want to stand up? It would be so cute if you stood up. You can do it. You do it all the time. He is being awfully lazy today. I think he just wants easy food, which is fine. He's being really good. So the main thing I want my ferrets to do during programs is just to sit still and get treats and look beautiful and be themselves. Now, ferrets, by the way, not only are they related to European polecats, but they're related to all kinds of mustelids. Mustelid is the family that ferrets belong into, which is technically the weasel family. You are so cute. So weasels, badgers, wolverines, otters, all kinds of things. Minks, polecats, of course. Beautiful animals, all like that. All those animals are carnivores. They eat other animals. And yeah, he's a boy ferret. You're doing so well. He is a special white ferret, like you can see. This is a specially bred coloration of ferret. He is also known as a silver because during the spring and the summer, he does have more of a silver coat. How cute he is. Looking at his food, you guys can see him a little bit better. Right now, he's pretty much all white. He's got his winter coat on, which is lighter. Sorry if it's out of focus. There we go. Oh my gosh, he looks like a little polar bear. So cute. So these guys are obligate carnivores. Like I said, they do hunt other animals like rabbits, rodents, birds, all kinds of things. And they are an obligate carnivore, which means they don't really digest carbohydrates or vegetables. So we do give them a raw meat diet here. They get all kinds of different raw meats, organs, fur, bones, everything, just like they would in the wild. It's very important for them to get all those things to be very healthy on a raw meat diet. What other questions do you guys have about our ferret friend here, Thor? Like I said, Thor does have a brother named Loki. You might have seen Loki on the other show. Loki is the natural colored ferret. He's dark with a mask. We call that a sable. He is pretty much exactly how they look in the wild as well. This is not how ferrets look in the wild. In fact, if a white ferret is born, they usually won't survive because they can't hide from their food with camouflage, right? And they can't hide from predators. Just because they are predators, they're not the biggest predator on the block, right? Other predators in Europe include things like eagles and wolves and all kinds of animals, foxes even, or all kinds of things. There's not many predators that go after ferrets, to be honest with you, because ferrets are very tough and tenacious. But now and then, usually a bird of prey is going to be their main enemy. So they definitely have predators too. But if you're a white animal in general, you may stand out a little bit more unless you're like an Arctic animal that is surrounded by snow and ice all the time, right? Like a polar bear or something like that. Or an Arctic fox that actually changes from season to season, right? Are you getting so very tired of baby food? I think he's just like, I want it, but I'm so tired. You're so lazy today. All right. But I was going to say Thor is a white ferret, right? So back in the old days when ferrets were being domesticated and when they were first being brought into people's lives in a home situation or a castle or wherever they used to live back in the old days, 3,000 years ago, right? They would occasionally get an albino ferret, or even further down the line, they would breed ferrets for different colors like white. And the white ferrets would actually go in to live with very, very rich people. The white ferrets would often go in to live with royalty and other people like that had a lot of money, because they would be a truly household type of ferret. They wouldn't go on like the field and hunt rabbits and rodents and things like that, and they wouldn't really blend into the surroundings, right? Or birds, maybe they use them for game birds and things like that. So the white ferrets got to go live with the king and the queen and all the important people. Isn't that cool? There are actually documented cases and paintings and things like that of special white ferrets living with all kinds of rich people, which I find so interesting. So Thor, you would have lived in the lap of luxury, and you do now. So no different than you do. You can see his, oh my gosh, he's being so cute today. So ferrets are very long-bodied and short-legged. They are, like I said, terrestrials. They live on the ground, just like this. And they crawl under the ground too. And they're very, very flexible. You can see how flexible his spine is. This does not hurt a ferret to kind of make them bend like that. I take him kind of bend all the way over. Oh, he's being so wiggly. He's like, give me more food. He can bend all the way over. He thinks we're trying to play. They're very playful as well. More food? Okay. I thought you were finished. We'll keep you busy. So these guys are very flexible, very bendy. And their spine can basically bend in half, can bend side to side, and that helps them to tunnel underneath things. If they get into a tunnel that's a dead end, they can basically turn right around and get back out of that tunnel very, very easily. I love you. You're so cute. You love your audience as well. Say hello. They're so very cute, aren't they? Beautiful coat too. I think he is just a beautiful ferret. But that helps them to basically weasel out and wiggle out of situations that they couldn't otherwise with their flexible spines and short legs. They do have nails. Their nails are non-retractable, not like a cat. They're more like a dog's nails or other weasels, right? But they use them for digging. They'll dig underground. They'll dig tunnels. They might even take over another animal's tunnel that they've been hunting. They're so cute. Why don't you just lay like that? This was a great idea. Oh my goodness. So cute. This is great content, you guys. A lounging ferret getting all the treats. Look at him. So very cute. Look at that belly. That winter belly. Super cute. Oh my gosh. The camera loves you, Thor. I think he knows that he's cute. Look at that face. Oh my God. So what was I saying? I forgot. So they do dig tunnels. They also will take over another animal's tunnel that they've been hunting, say like a rabbit. A lot of rabbit species, including European rabbits, where they would naturally hunt in Europe, right? They're going to tunnel underground in sophisticated and complex tunnel systems called warrens. That's what rabbits live in the wild and with all their friends. And a ferret might enter that warren, or a family of ferrets, well, polecats in the wild, but you get the picture. They might go in there, eat the rabbits, and then take over the rabbit's warren. So free home, free food, free home. That might seem mean, but that is just how the wild is. Predators take over prey, and then sometimes they take over their homes too. Yes, poor babies. Ugly COVID. I don't like it either. It's super disappointing. But we're definitely not going to risk our animals becoming sick, right? We're going to do the right thing. And Viviana says they're just as cute as otters. I think so. I think both otters and ferrets are super cute. They're just different. Otters are more aquatic, so they have more, they have more sleek fur, more waterproof bodies and fur. Ferrets are definitely not waterproof, but they do have lots of thick body weight during the winter, of course, and lots of thick fur that can protect them. And they can swim a little bit. They can get wet. They're not super waterproof like an otter, like I said, but they can get wet. Ferrets should not be bathed, though, on a regular basis because it actually strips away too much of their oils with the soap. Water's fine. They can play in some water and stuff like that. They do enjoy water from time to time. They can swim a little bit. They like to play at anything. Ferrets, one of my favorite things about ferrets and otters and other muscelids and weasels is they love enrichment. So you can give them all kinds of fun things to do. And every time they see it, they think it's like the best thing and the best day of their life because they feel like they've never seen it before. They get so excited. They do have a little bit of preference on enrichment. They like to dig and tunnel and things like that. But they tend to really enjoy almost, you know where the source is. They tend to really enjoy all kinds of enrichment. They get really excited to see it and play in it. Him and Loki together are really cute playing as well. They play with each other. Awesome. I think he did wonderful for his first little table session virtually here. I think this is going to be an ongoing thing with some of our animals. A lot easier for you to just stand there. I don't have to hold you the whole time. It has its goods and its bads. I'm a little bit trapped behind the table here, but it's pretty cool. What do you guys think about this new tabletop situation? I think it's pretty neat. Like I said, he's a male. I think that answers all the questions that I have right now. All right. Thank you so much for watching the show. We do have one more animal before we say goodbye. He's going to be our final animal. And for this one, I do have to put away our predator because the final animal is his natural prey. So those of you that haven't seen our show before, you're in for a wonderful surprise. We have our final animal, who's actually the largest animal we have here at Once in a While, and he is super duper cute and another mammal. So say goodbye, Thor. I think Thor's ready to go take a food coma nap and get the rest of his dinner here in a little bit. So I shall be right back. Thank you for your patience as I come and go in the show and get the animals and come back. I do need an assistant. It'd be nice to have an assistant around here. Who wants to apply to be my assistant? That'd be fantastic. So I shall return in just a moment. I'll be right back, you guys. Thank you. Hooray, we're back. And look who we have. So this is our final animal of the day. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is your first time, and you're just now meeting our final animal for the very first time. You're in for a bit of a treat. This is Sandor, and he is our Flemish Giant rabbit. And like I said, the rabbit is actually the natural prey of the European polecat / weasel / ferret. So of course, these guys cannot play together. So we went ahead and put the ferret away. Thor has said goodbye, and we'll see him next time, of course. And Sandor, oh, you're okay, buddy. Just trying to pat your head, and he's like, ah! Rabbits are prey, so sometimes having a hand like this, he's super used to being pet and handled and everything like that, but he just got put out here, so he's a little bit like, whoa, why am I on top of a table? But you've done this before. The other day you were out here for a Zoom, and that was really fun. I'm giving him his favorite treat of bananas, as well as some of his pellet diet as well, to see what he wants to eat from us. This is a great way to show the rabbit, because as you can see, he's a huge rabbit. Hello, Shandor. What's the matter? You're okay. So this particular animal will definitely be at our fall festival coming up this weekend. So we would love to see you guys out there. He is absolutely an animal that you can meet and touch and not hold, because he is huge and doesn't really enjoy being held, which is why I have him on a tabletop. Otherwise, I would just hold him for you guys and show him off like that. But he's also 22 pounds. You can't even see my face above him. He's 22 pounds, a lot to hold. And he doesn't really enjoy being held. Not every rabbit enjoys being held, but he is a very friendly rabbit. He doesn't mind being touched and pet. In fact, he definitely solicits and begs for touches and pets here at our place. He definitely does like that. So he's a great animal to bring to a fall festival. No COVID for him. He's just fine. So he's able to go. Now, rabbits of this nature, domestic rabbits like this. He is domestic, by the way. He's not a wild rabbit. There is no wild rabbit that looks like this. He is actually a domestic breed known as the Flemish Giant. This is the second largest rabbit breed in the world. They are around 22 or so pounds, and he weighs about that. Now, he fluctuates in between 21.5 to 22 pounds, and he is huge. As you can see, this is a really good way to show you how big he is right here. So these guys don't exist in the wild. They are domestic. They've been domesticated for around, rabbits are debatable. So the history behind the domestication of rabbits has been debated for a while. So I think I'm going to do my research before answering how long they've been domesticated, but not nearly as long as guinea pigs and not nearly as long as ferrets. So I'm going to get back to you guys with the answer on that, because I don't want to quote the wrong thing. It's just something I didn't memorize before coming on the show today. I should know that. But again, the history of the domestication of the rabbit is a little bit fuzzy, because we didn't have very good records back then, or with any of the other animals too, frankly. So there's a lot of different stories as to why they became domesticated. The going theory, though, in general, is they were domesticated a long time ago for food purposes, or at least kept for food purposes. And that is certainly why this breed, the Flemish Giant, was bred. So this breed, the Flemish Giant, was bred for the same purposes as the guinea pig, and the same purposes as like turkeys and chickens and geese and ducks. So big because we have more rabbit to potentially eat as a human. Now, with a side effect of this breed, and with breeding them so large and this and that, is that they became very, very docile. This is one of the more docile and relaxed type of rabbits that you can possibly meet. Because they are so large, I think they just don't really fear much. And they're a lot more mellow. They still do play and run around and jump around and do cute rabbit things, but they're not nearly as skittish. In fact, he almost has no fears except for maybe being picked up. He doesn't really enjoy being picked up very often. So we just don't do that with him. We imagine that makes him feel like he's being picked up by a predator, which I'm sure is the reason. And he just doesn't enjoy it. But other than that, he follows us around. He likes pets and scratches. He likes to explore new situations and things, which makes him a great candidate for an animal ambassador, right? Thank you for saying that he is gorgeous. Cedric, hello, Cedric. It says, it's weird to me that the rabbit weighs more than my cat. Yeah, most rabbits don't weigh more than cats. And most cats, of course, don't weigh over 22 pounds. So you're doing fine there. Yeah, he's just a really big breed. The largest breed of rabbit is actually the continental giant, which weighs up to 25 or 26 pounds. So even bigger than Sandor. But Sandor is always a big hit at events like festivals and birthday parties and things, because he really enjoys the attention. People just always appreciate how gorgeous he is. You want more snacks? Please don't leave. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. He's like, I'm out of here. I'm a rabbit. I'm going to jump down. Don't jump down. It's not your time to exit yet. Well, I guess if he does exit, he just does, and that's just the way it's going to be. Have some more banana. There you go. Now, rabbits also make excellent pets, in my opinion. They're domesticated, like I said, and have been for a while. I'll get back to you guys on how long. I've got rabbit fur all over me. They do shed a lot. They aren't super low maintenance, but they are lower maintenance than the guinea pigs, in my opinion, because they are litter box trainable. Sandor is so big that he really doesn't ever live in an enclosure. He roams in his own room. So he has a great big giant empty room that he shares with some of our birds and things like that. And the birds, of course, have their perching and their enclosures up high. He has the whole floor to roam around on, and he returns to his litter box to use the restroom. Every now and then he might poop outside of his litter box, but rabbit poop is the most benign and dry and clean poop of all time. Not a problem. Every now and then to sweep up and put away, or throw away, of course, put away. How would I put away for later? What am I doing with rabbit poop? You guys, I'm weird, but not that weird. Would you like more snacks? Here. You love your pellets most of the time. He may want to explore, which might happen at the end, and I'll just have to say goodbye. And that's okay. Here, I'll give him all the snacks for hanging out here. There you go. Bananas are his favorite treats, usually. But he also does get special treats of romaine lettuce, like we showed feeding to Iggy earlier. We fed him some romaine lettuce. He also gets sweet potatoes and things like that. And he gets healthy greens like collard greens, mustard greens, and dandelion greens as well, which are really, really good for them. He gets that about once a day, just a little bit of greens or vegetables, and sometimes these occasional fruits and treats. Banana is not something I recommend feeding all the time because it's got sugar in it. So every single day is not a good thing. But he does get it for special occasions such as today. And then 90% of his food is, it's like 90%. All the time, 24 hours a day, is Timothy hay, just like with the guinea pigs. So they're super easy to litter box train. You just actually put their hay inside of a big litter box, in this case, because he's a big rabbit. But small rabbits can get smallish litter boxes, but still big enough for them to get into. And they get into it and eat the hay and actually use the restroom while they're eating their hay. It sounds weird, but that is how rabbits do, and they're very easy to litter box train that way. It's instinctual for them to eat and use the restroom at the same time, because a rabbit of this nature, a European rabbit, there's other rabbits that don't do this, but European rabbits, which is where all of the domestic breeds come from, the European rabbit, just like the European polecat with the ferret. These guys are social. They do live in warrens or dens underground, and then they come up to graze on the grass and use the restroom when they come up to graze. So that is going to be instinctive for them to get into a litter box full of hay and use the restroom at the same time. Super easy. They also don't urinate very often, not like a guinea pig or other rodents. Guinea pigs urinate quite a bit, but rabbits, not so much. He's never urinated in his kennel when we travel with him. He's super good about that. So they're super duper easy. I love rabbits for a recommendation for responsible pet owners. Of course, do your research and everything else. Yes, he is like golden. Yes, he's so pretty, isn't he? Oh my goodness. Where are you going? I bet you whatever he's gonna, well, here, have a snack here. That's fine too. Do you know why they call rabbits bunnies? It's because of their tail. It looks like a hair bun on a lady. So if you have the tail up like this, his tail is actually longer than you think. If you put his tail down like that, you can see it. But when it curls up like this, like they usually do when they're relaxed, it looks like a hair bun on a woman. So that's where they get the term bunny. But hair bun, bunny. Does he make noises? Excellent question. Rabbits can make noises when they're under extreme stress. So if he were to be attacked by like an eagle or something like that, or any animal whatsoever, a fox, a wolf, a ferret, they would scream. Rabbits can scream and squeal when they are in the stress, and they make a little bit of grunting and kind of purring noises sometimes, but most of the time he makes zero noise. Are you looking at that plant like it might be a snack for you? Please don't eat my house plant. Not a good idea. Can you come back over here and eat snacks that you're supposed to eat? Thank you very much for cooperating, Sandor. You guys are asking great questions. I'm trying to keep up with everybody, and I can't see my keyboard because there's a giant rabbit in front of it. I don't want him to turn off the laptop on accident. So that is what rabbits usually make noises for, but they can make smaller noises now and then for different reasons. But he almost never makes a noise. You're so sweet. You're so very sweet. Let me see. Oh, he's trying to see what's going on around here. Stay still. Thank you for giving us likes and hearts. I love that. And thank you for following our social media and joining us today. I do want to say thank you to everybody that came onto the show today. I know it was a little bit of a back and forth situation getting the animals, but I hope you enjoyed seeing all of our mammals today. We met a hedgehog that was super grumpy to be here, but that's just how hedgehogs are sometimes. We met a beautiful guinea pig. We met a beautiful ferret and a gorgeous rabbit today. So thank you guys so much for coming out and seeing our Once in a Wild live stream. We do have our live streams every single Wednesday evening at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Like clockwork, you can bet on that. We're going to have the show out here unless something happens, and we'll let you know. And we do have some upcoming events. Like I said, this weekend, we do have a fall festival here in San Antonio. Please check out onceinawild.com for the details of that, or our social media as well. Yes, rabbit screams are scary. It's one of those noises that you definitely don't expect this sort of animal to make, but it is a distress noise. It actually, the purpose of it is to spook off an enemy if they get grabbed by a predator and they scream really loud. The predator is probably going to go, ah, and hopefully let go, or at least be deterred from eating them, right? What if I scratch you? Would you like that? He does really like scratches, especially face scratches. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, you guys have been a wonderful audience. We would love to see you again on a live stream. We would also love to see you on a personal encounter of your own in a Zoom room animal encounter. You can let us know if you're interested in one of those. We do offer those as well. And we also offer in-person animal encounters if you happen to be in the San Antonio, Texas area. We would love for you to meet our beautiful rabbit Sandor here, as well as some of our other animals in person. We do offer mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and invertebrates of all different kinds. And we have about 70 animal ambassadors here with us here at Once in a Wild. So we hope that you've had a wonderful evening. We hope you continue to have a wonderful week. And we hope to see you this weekend if you happen to be here in San Antonio. And if not, then we'll see you next time here on the Wednesday show, right? And you're very, very welcome. Thank you so very much. If you've enjoyed our Once in a Wild show, please feel free to tip or donate if you have the means to do so. You can do that by donating to our Amazon wish list and give Sandor a present, or you can give any of our animals a present, of course, or you can donate a amount of your choosing by via Venmo, Cash App, as well as PayPal as well. And those links are always down below for your convenience. And I guess we'll see you guys next time, right? Say bye, Sandor. Everybody loves you. He'll be out here for a little bit longer. But we'll see you guys next time. Bye. We are nothing close to ordinary, but we love to be your friend. Hold our hands and let's have fun together, singing as loud as you can. Everybody singing once in a while. Together. Once in a while. I want to hear you say once in a while. That's the fun for me and you. Alrighty, guys. See you next time here at Once in a Wild. Say bye, Sandor. He says bye.